fireplace reveal. This has been 3 years in the making. It did not take us this long to make this fireplace. I think this fireplace took us about 3 months, but it's been a long time getting me to find the time to make this reveal. But we've had this, like I said, for 3 years. We built the mantle, we whitewashed the bricks, and we did like some inlaid, I think it's called filigree or something along here to give this mantle a little more of a classic feel. We also built, this is like an epoxy resin, kind of like a bar top that you'd find in a bar. So it's waterproof, it's fairly scratch resistant. It's our first time we ever epoxied anything, and considering that, I think it turned out pretty good. It's held up through, I have a 3-year-old now, but she went through her toddler years, like climbing on this, playing with her toys over the top, and it's actually done really well. It's proven to be pretty kid-proof. Obviously I've had to take marker off of the white and the normal stuff, but nothing has been terribly difficult. So we absolutely love how this fireplace turned out. It's just like, I never get tired of looking at it. Every season I get to throw up my little decorations, do what I want on the mantle, and it's really versatile. It's basically like a classic looking fireplace, and it's really easy to decorate and show it off, which is good. Because for somebody like me who's a horrible decorator, it makes me not have to work too hard to make everything look good. This fireplace is an old wood burning fireplace. When we moved in, they had already filled the chimney, so there's no way to actually use it as a wood burning fireplace anymore, which is part of the reason we painted the inside of it white. If it was still a working fireplace, we would never paint it white in the middle there, because it would just be black with soot the first time we used it. So the inside of it is actually white, which kind of shows off and brings a lot of light out of the back of it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's an absolutely enormous fireplace built in the 1950s. So it's a huge focal point in the living room. But we painted the inside white. I have like a little set of fake logs basically in there, and then I put like some little fairy light LED lights, which I can insert a link if you guys are interested in getting yourself some. They're like super cheap on Amazon, and they hold up because I've had them squished in a door for the last year. Since Christmas, I think I hung them up above a door, and then I forgot they were there, and they've been like mashed in a door for 9 months, and they still work because I just put them in and turned them on, and it's like, dang, those things hold up. So the inside is basically, that's as good as it's going to look until we decide in the future to convert it. We can convert it to a natural gas fireplace or do whatever we want. But everything about this fireplace, this is the original grate. When we moved in, it was bright, like brassy gold. And what we did is we basically spray painted it black. And the spray paint has held up really well. But we wanted to keep a lot of the original features because this fireplace really needed that. This is all of the original brick. It was red, and the part right above here was blackened from soot over the years of them fire burning or burning a wood fire, so it didn't look very good. It looked kind of icky. This part underneath it was also red, and it was all, so the bricks were facing this way when we first moved in. We didn't take a hammer and sledge away any brick. We basically used it and worked around it and used it to our advantage, which if you're looking at redoing a fireplace, I would suggest doing that because it's a lot easier to just work with what you've got rather than rip out a bunch and try and put it back together, because then you're dealing with like issues with your flooring and your carpet and your finish work, and that can become a mess. So my husband had a really good idea to put this wood top over the top of the bricks. Otherwise, this would have been a big panel of basically brick, which is dangerous when you've got small children. We have a 3.5-year-old now. She was 8 months when we moved in, so she was just learning to crawl and walk, and we were really worried about her smacking her head on the corner of bricks. not that wood's a whole lot better, but it's a little bit softer than a brick. So we haven't had any problems with serious injuries with this. And we now have a 10-month-old, and again, we're going through the same thing, and he loves crawling across this thing. And we don't have to worry about it because he's not going to bust his lip open on a bunch of exposed brick. So that's kind of where the idea came from, to make a bar top for this. And then my husband, I told him what we had here when we first moved in was it was a piece of wood about this thick, just an ugly brown piece of wood that they called a mantle. It was not even screwed into the wall back here, so it was literally like you could pick it up. It was just hovering on top of the bricks. Super dangerous, especially when you have a small child. It's like, no, that's not gonna work. So we took that old icky piece of wood off, and he built this whole mantle. So essentially what he did is he built it in pieces. He would put these together kind of like a box, and we would put that on there, screw it to the wall, use adhesive to adhese it to the wall, and we placed this piece on, I think, last. And basically what we did was we just did a lot of caulking, and we did a lot of painting to make it look like it's all one large piece. And yeah, like I said, we've been super happy with how it turned out. So I hope this gives you some inspiration if you're looking at redoing an old icky fireplace. You know, I would just say don't toss it all away. Maybe you can turn it into something nice. A lot of them, I think, especially the bricks, they can really easily be updated with a white look or a whitewash look, something to make it a little more modern rather than the red bricks. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope you got some inspo from it, and go check out part 1, 2, and 3 on the blog if you want to see how it was, how we did the processes. I hope we've got enough information in there that you can kind of follow along if you're interested. If not, and you have a question, feel free to comment. We always answer the comments back as quick as we can. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.